There are so many great Angel of Death designs out there, but I thought it would be fun to do my own. I wanted to go with more of a skeletal flair, ended up making a rib cage using aluminum wire, and the center sternum piece is EVA foam. That way it could flex. Hot glued the bent wires, and the top ones have loops on the ends so I can feed a ribbon through it. Covered it in foam clay and painted it a dark metallic gray, and dry brushed some gold originally. I ended up deciding I would rather a solid gold. Now the candle details on the cloak. I did end up wanting to make these removable, so I took paper tape to hold the magnet onto the candle. The other magnet is going to go inside of the cloak. You can see the magnets hold well, but they're leaning all over the place. Took some EVA foam and glued it inside, and that stabilizes the candles much better. Used hot glue for the drips, so the paint on the candles kept the hot glue from fully adhering to them, so you're able to pull them up in case you ever need to change the battery. If you're wondering about the candles, there's a tutorial on how to make these. The link is in the description. Painted the drips to match the candles. There's a description for Azrael, or also known as the Angel of Death, that describes him as cosmic size, with 4,000 wings, and as many eyes and tongues as there are living beings. Well, we have 2 sets of wings. Definitely want to add some eyes, but something more in the double-digit range. Start with printing out 3 different color variations: glass domes and UV resin. Only need a little glob of resin for each, and cut each of them out. They look pretty cool as is, but let's make some eyelids. Glued them to white EVA foam and cut out ovals. Taking some black foam clay, smushed them into a lid-like shape. Added some gold for some pop. The tutorial for making these wings is also in the description. Time for the makeup. Doing a skeleton face prosthetic.
With a really tiny chin. Using Telesis BetaBond Plus to glue it down.
Use Mehron edge in black for around the piece.
Just gonna bring it into my hair, just in case any of this gets seen under the hood. Now for the eyes, I'm going to be wearing Scleras, and this prosthetic is actually putting a lot of tension in this area, so it's going to be hard to get them in. I'm only going to be painting in the inner part of the prosthetic and not painting the actual skin until after I have the contact lenses in. I'm going to do a base color of the Storm Cloud Gray out of the Mehron palette.
Yeah, you could have done this color first, so you wouldn't have to be so careful around the edges, but here we are. Messily paint the teeth black, because apparently I forgot how to paint today. Bdellium stipple brush to add some texture in black all over.
I'm going to go in and shade with a black eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Abyss from the Collected Cosmetics because I love the large pan and it's easier to work with.
Mehron metallic powder in gold and the mixing liquid.
I'm keeping the color scheme for this pretty simple because there's a lot going on with the wings and everything else. Using a really soft brush to lightly rake the gold over the high points.
Also stippled in some more of the gray. Thought solid gold teeth would look pretty cool. Lightly raked the brush over the edges where the skull meets the teeth.
Go ahead and pop in the Scleras so we can finish around the eyes and get the rest of this knocked out. Finish up the eyes. I use KVD Sphere Pomade and Graphite to do in the lash line area. I'm gonna keep around the eyes pretty simple because I want the contact lenses to be the star.
The wings were definitely the hardest part of this project, but if you want to see how I created an easier wingsuit for a harpy look, be sure to check out this video.